What's going on, you guys? Gaming Addict here, coming at you with another, Lord Addict here, coming at you with another Addict show. As you can see, we are a full house today. We got my co-host Hustle and Motivate. What's going on, Hustle?
Not much. But Friday, I do believe you are playing Revenge of Shinobi, correct?
Yeah. Well, look, that's pending. That's pending right now.
Okay. All right. Well, just look. Whenever you get to it, just know that the gentleman behind me, he ain't about no games. That's all I'm gonna say.
Are you gonna keep switching your background depending on what I'm playing that week?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is promotion right here. This is
trolling.
Yep, well, hey, you call it what you want, King. I know what I call it. You know what I mean? Nah. But I look forward to that. I know we're gonna talk about some interesting topics today. I would say one controversial snub, and I can't wait to get into it. This is a photo finish, boy. I ran up in the house, brushed my teeth, used the bathroom. I said, all right, I'm here. I said, I'm here, goddammit. Let's go.
And
your photo finish a little bit different than mine, but the same thing.
and we got the one, the only, King David. How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I am the Xbox Swami. If you guys don't know me or haven't heard of me, you'll learn about me. Twitter knows me, and they know not to bother me. But my photo finish, I'm laying on my bed, just twinkling my toes, looking up at the ceiling, feeling all types of rested because, the wife and I went and had some wonderful lunch. Oh, my God. Eggs Benedict is delicious. Absolutely delicious. So, like every once in a while, we like to go out and reset and talk and look into each other's eyes and all that wonderful stuff that I suggest everyone do. And she's like, what you got to do today? I said, I got a podcast with Addict. She's like, oh, God, what are you turning into James Brown? I said, no, but, we're doing the Gaming Award stuff. So she was like, all right, cool. So get home, get my rest. And I'm thinking we're going at 6 o'clock. And yeah, my times was off. So I had a photo finish as well.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Got a little bit of the miscommunication going on there. What's funny is there was a time today where I thought King might oversleep, and I thought Hustle ain't gonna be here. So I was about to come here Zolo Dolo, man. I was about to do the whole show by myself.
You're doing it right now, frozen.
Oh,
yes, sir.
Yeah.
You want to build a snowman?
I think it's OBS messing with it, but anyway.
No, Addict. I know how to fix that problem.
Oh, you know how to fix it? Awesome.
Yes, sir. You use the cam link, right? Yep.
Yes.
Same thing with King. With the same reason why King was being frozen. The cam link is bandwidth hungry for USB 3.0. So whatever you got plugged in, I ain't saying you unplug everything, but I'm saying that you got to make sure that that's one of the priorities.
Just play around.
Yeah. So you just got to kind of see what working, what don't. I went through that when I first started streaming. My point and shoot too. So that's the thing.
So I definitely look into that after the show. Until then, I'm gonna have to prevent the PlayStation fanboys from turning my mic on, my camera off. Man, they do whatever they can because they know that it's about to get a little messy today. They know that. So let's go ahead and get straight into the show, man. First thing what do you guys want to talk about first? Elder Scrolls 6 or the Video Game Awards?
I mean, well, if we got to pick one, I mean, we can get Elder Scrolls out the way because
Because all right. So let's go ahead and get that. Is that cool with you, King? Is that cool with you? Let's get Elder
Scrolls. I thought the
guests
get a chance to pick because me personally, just me personally, I want to get into the controversy and the extra messy because see, listen, Elder Scrolls, that's a lock already. We already locked into that, right? So we're gonna get them later. Let's just warm them up for the beatdown, right? Let's just start off with the stuff that they don't know about, how the left hook gonna hit them right. So I'm good with this part. But no, I'm here, sir. So whatever you want to start off with, Addict, the floor is yours. You and Hustle. I'm just the humble guest.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get this Elder Scrolls 6 out the way because I have a feeling that Video Game Awards is about to be a very hot topic. Like I've already seen people upset on Twitter, man. People are going crazy on Twitter. But let's go ahead and get this Elder Scrolls because I think we all knew this. But guess what, King? Now they know this. So Phil Spencer came out there and he kind of, he didn't really allude. He just straight out pretty much said the reason why these games are going exclusive, and he used the particular game Elder Scrolls 6 as an example. And when you saw this, King, let's go to King first, because me and King have been saying this for the longest. When you first saw this, King, what was the first thought process that went behind your mind?
Like, well, when I first saw it, I was like, man, he is so nice. You know, he's so cool. Because what my mother used to say is, because I said so. Like, so what I really wanted to hear him say is like, yes, excuse me, why is Elder Scrolls 6 exclusive? Because I said so. Like, and I think because I said so, I think it would have hit so much harder and it would have put so much fear, because when my mother said, because I said so, the level of fear that was inside my soul was different. And I don't think they understand fear. So I think we have to introduce a level of fear into them. And I think because I said so would have definitely did that. You know, like, why can't we have it? Because I said so. Like, because I said so has a whole different kind of feeling to it. Now, but in all seriousness, what did they think? 7 point something billion on a whole company. You didn't buy one aspect of the company. No, you went there and got the whole kit and caboodle. So when you're going, I mean, from mobile games to cloud gaming to the whole infrastructure at ZeniMax. That wasn't Bethesda. They keep on saying Bethesda. It's ZeniMax. And you, just because their little minds can't grasp what ZeniMax is, it encompassed one aspect of the company is Bethesda. That's one aspect that they understood. So when he said, you know, because I said so, well, he didn't say that. That's what I heard. But I just felt that it just needs to be said. And we're at a point now, what every game that's announced is going to be because I said so type of thing. It shouldn't be like that, but it was because he wasn't clear in the beginning with that legacy stuff. When you say legacy and they're trying to figure out what games fall under his connotation of legacy, it's always going to leave people at a guessing game type of situation. So he's going to have to revisit this every single time a different game comes out. And that was a monster of his own manifest. So if he would have said from the beginning, you don't get anything unless I choose to, because I said so. And that would have stopped everything at that moment. But we're at this point and he's going to learn. And I can't wait for that day when he's tired and he said, because I said so, you ain't getting it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like it's very clear that this is happening. And the funny part is just how many people keep asking that man this. Like, it's like every time someone does an interview with him, what about Elder Scrolls 6? Look, in my mindset, and I think you guys would agree, if they're willing to put something as the caliber as Starfield, a new IP, something that is brand new, that they haven't made a new IP in this long, I'm pretty sure Elder Scrolls 6 is up on the chopping block. That's definitely going to be an exclusive. Like King said earlier, you don't spend $7.5 billion with a B. I know some of you don't know the B word, but billion with a B, and then you still let that stuff come on the the competitive platform. So how do you feel about this? Are you about the same scenario, but did this shock you?
No, it didn't shock me. What shocks me a little bit is the fact that people keep asking, is this going here? Is this going there? And King, you had brought it up earlier. It's only because the messaging wasn't clear in the beginning. And technically Elder Scrolls is a legacy title, like an old Doom and like all those other like service games like that. Not Doom, but just like the Elder Scrolls stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have asked if I were them, but I feel like you should know by now. Like, that's a lot of bread, dog. They didn't just buy the office. They didn't just buy the building. They bought the whole block. Matter of fact, they bought the whole state. We being real. That's a whole lot of bread, dog. So like, I feel like we need to throw all those questions out the window. I feel like from here on out, anytime that we get something new, we know where it's at. And hold on, and we know where it's not going. Unless, Worldwide Jim, as you affectionately call him, King. Unless that man want to put Xbox Game Pass on PlayStation, they ain't getting that joint. Same thing with Nintendo. Nah.
Yep.
Wow. What for? Like, how's that going to benefit them? Yeah, we here for the players, but we also want to make this money back. So come on with it. but they know what it is, man.
And plus, they got to keep the brand of Xbox. They got to make sure it has as much value as possible, because the brand of Xbox is going to get them more Game Pass subscriptions. It's going to get them more sales in general. It's going to make that, their presence in the gaming industry more. And I think that, if it's not clear now, I know a lot of people try to use the legacy thing and try to wing with that, but legacy really meant just existing titles. They're going to make sure they're continuously updated. And for example, with let's say Far Cry 3 gets a remake, that most likely would go on the PlayStation platform. But if they make a Fallout 5, yeah, they're not going to be doing any. That's an Xbox and PC exclusive. That's not going on the competing platform. And I think Phil Spencer, he's been very iffy on if he wants to answer that or not, but I think this was very clear. Don't expect my stuff on your platform. If you want my stuff, come over where I live. I don't live in New York anymore. I live in New Jersey. Come over here. And I think that's the best way that it needs to go, because at the end of the day, you got to give the platform a lot of value, a lot of diversity. And if it's on other platforms, sure, you'll still give the platform diversity because of Game Pass, but it's not going to hit as much. And I think that, I love that they were very open with this. And, clearly you're already seeing people trying to twist his words again. We're not going to get too much into that. But, we can leave that in the past, man. I hope we don't have to talk about that much any further. Let's go to the video game awards. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put it up on the screen because there's a couple categories. No, we're not going to go over all these categories because a lot of them isn't really important, to be real with you. But we're all going to go over a couple of them. And, do you guys have the link, or do I need to give you guys the link real quick?
Oh, I thought you were putting it on our screen.
Yeah. So I will...
Yeah, drop it in the chat.
Yeah, give me a second.
Appreciate you. And while we're doing that, I do want to shout out a few people in the chat. I see Blade X. I see my favorite skeleton himself, Citizen Sleeve. What up, boy? Let's see. I see Abby Blip, I believe. I've never seen you before. Hey, it's good to see y'all, man. Hey, y'all let us know how y'all feel about the recent announcement from Phil Spencer, man. I see a few things in the chat. I'm here for it. I'm just gonna keep it real for you, man. I'm here because they spent all that money, man. You got to go get it. Thank you for that link, Addict. Appreciate you.
All right, so this we're going to work our way up a little bit. We're only going to get the important stuff. I don't really want to go over the stuff that no one's really going to really care about. So this best esports event, nope. This best esports coach, nope. This
Sony gonna win all of those.
Yeah,
don't they own like esports?
they own the fighting thing, whatever that is.
Oh, FGC. Yep.
Yeah, they own that.
So, Xbox owns Crunchyroll. No, I'm just joking.
You know what's crazy, King? They're actually doing like Crunchyroll
and Game Pass
promotions in Game Pass. That was pretty funny. So let's go over this. All right. So let's first one, most anticipated game. You know what's funny is these are always like really weird. So Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Starfield. I would love for Starfield to win this. I'm going to be real with you. I would love for Starfield to win this, but I think it's probably going to go to God of War Ragnarok. I think it's pretty safe to assume that. Or do you guys think it might go to like Elden Ring?
Oh no. I don't think it's gonna go to Elden Ring. I think out of Zelda, the Breath of the Wild and God of War Ragnarok is out of those two. Because Horizon, I mean, a lot of these games is PC games, except for Zelda. I think the FOMO is gonna be higher and the Breath of the Wild, to be honest with you. I really think Breath of the Wild might take it because out of all those games there, I would be more anticipating the Breath of the Wild opposed to anything there. Like if I had a choice to spend my money on anything there, it would be Breath of the Wild. And I'm just talking from my standpoint. The PC dudes will get a chance to taste everything there but Breath of the Wild. PlayStation dudes, I am absolutely trolling you so hard right now. PlayStation 4
so just
guys.
to clarify,
Yeah.
King, you're saying that God of War and that Forbidden West, that's touching PC. They
Yeah. Worldwide Jim definitely believes that's going straight to the PC because they definitely got to get that money, man. So 100%. All that stuff is PC stuff. Xbox and PC, we already know what Xbox is, but I honestly would bet my money on that one aspect of it where I can't get it and I have to get it from one place. It will definitely go to Zelda Breath of the Wild, being that Breath of the Wild sold with the console on a 1-to-1 ratio. God of War didn't do that. Horizon didn't do that. Elden Ring's a new IP, and so is Starfield. So those two is iffy. I'm going to go with Breath of the Wild.
That's what's up. So let me get the super chat real quick from the $2 super chat from Jay Nicholas. Game of the Year, Psychonauts 2. Jay, we're going to get to that Game of the Year, man. We're going to get to that. And I have a feeling that that's going to be the craziest topic of today's show. So, okay, now we ain't doing best debut indie. And I know that is worth doing, but I don't think for this show. Because I want to make sure that IOP does a show where we really break this down. And I don't want to go too much into that. Because then it might, King might give the other lords what we picking. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't trying to do that. So, let's go to best racer and best sports game. If Forza Horizon 5 does not win this, I'm a revolt. So let me break it down for you guys, man. So it's F1 2021. Does anyone even know what that game is?
No.
I know it's Formula One, but I have not played that.
Yeah, so we got that. We got FIFA 2022. We got Forza Horizon 5, which should be in the Game of the Year nominations, but we're going to move past that too. We got Hot Wheels Unleashed, and we got Riders Republic.
Oh, ew. Really?
Okay, so, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I think we can all agree. We all know what's winning this. And you know what's crazy? The fact that Forza can get into this one, but not Game of the Year.
No, that's their little caveat BS. Let me throw them a bone type of situation because we don't want this one game to come disrupt our whole schmo. So yeah. And I thought the Hot Wheels stuff was on Forza Horizon 4. I could have sworn I saw it was like a Hot Wheels package that Dealer was playing. I saw Dealer playing it.
I thought it was the Lego pack that was on that.
They had a Lego pack too.
Okay, all right. So
they did have a Hot Wheels pack because remember they had the Hot Wheels track, and I remember the orange thing that was going all the way around, and you can get in that loop, the loop, and stuff like that. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they have a Hot Wheels situation on Forza Horizon 4?
I don't know. Definitely, if the chat knows that, tell us because I'm pretty sure there was a Forza. I just don't remember exactly like if it was in 4.
Yeah.
They just need to rename this best sports and racing. They just need to rename this the Forza Award, dog. Like you know how Nintendo has their own category for like the best family friendly games and it's all Nintendo games. Just rename this like the Xbox category or something, dog. Because there is no way that any of these other games are winning, especially FIFA, given the controversy that they've been going through with everything that's been going on that end. So like. Yeah, I mean, I'll take Forza on that 5 days a week. Playground, they ain't really missed yet. Like, when did they start with this? Was it Horizon 2, I think? They ain't really missed. So if I gotta pick something to go with, So if I gotta pick something to go with, I'm going Forza 5.
For the most part, I can agree with everything in this list right here, this particular list. I personally feel like these two should be separated, but I don't know if there's enough racing to separate that every year. So maybe that's why they don't separate them. I don't know. But, it is what it is. We ain't going to go too much into that. Best fighter, I don't think we really want to talk about. Best action game.
All right.
This is interesting. Back for Blood. Chivalry 2. Oh, King Chivalry 2. Deathloop.
Head slap, though.
Far Cry 6. And Returnal.
Ooh. Okay, so out of all of these kids is doing their own thing, one of these kids is one of the same. One of these kids is doing his own thing. Now it's time to say his name. Out of all these games, which one ship broken? So it's not
No.
Far Cry 6, it's not Deathloop, it's not Chivalry 2, it's not Back for Blood. Oh, it's that broken game. So let's move that to the side. You're not winning best action if we can't play you.
I'm about to be extra, man. I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm about to entertain everything you say. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get rid of Returnal. I'm gonna
Okay.
remove it off the screen.
Yeah.
Uh,
Far Cry 6, Dealer can't stop talking about it. Deal, I know your ears are ringing up talking about you today. Excuse me, you're my barometer of great games. So, all right, so Far Cry 6 is pretty good. I personally would love to root for Deathloop to win Best Action Game in this genre, only because it's a win for Microsoft. I mean, that's an absolute slam dunk home. So it's bittersweet on the PlayStation end, and I'm being petty. Chivalry 2, it is so much fun because I actually played it with the team. Y'all can go check that out on Iron Lord's channel, where we play this game, and it was absolutely so much fun. All the Lords was getting in on that. Back for Blood is my personal choice because I think that game has so much to offer. I thought it was going to be like an extension of Left 4 Dead, and it's its whole entity with keeping some of the DNA from Left 4 Dead. So my personal pick will be Back for Blood. My petty pick is Deathloop, and my team pick will be Chivalry. But if I had to take my own money and I had to bet, I'm going to go with Back for Blood for my own personal reasons.
I think it's between Chivalry 2 and Back for Blood. What do you feel, Hustle?
well, the game that I want to win will not win. It won't. It's Returnal. This is the only game that I have the opportunity to play on this list. Addict, you know I'm not good at this game. However, I see a lot of appeal in the roguelike genre. Even though I'm not good at it, I see a lot of appeal in it. And I think it's going to be odd if Returnal does win, and we see Deathloop here, because I think Deathloop is actually going to win this category. I think Deathloop might win. Well, never mind. Shut up, Hustle. You moving too fast, Hustle. You moving too fast. If Returnal somehow wins Best Action Game but isn't nominated for Game of the Year, then I think we have to maybe not question Jeff Keighley, but I think we got to kind of question the people who are voting at this point. It says
making
a lot.
some strong claims.
I am because it says a lot that title is here, but not in the Game of the Year, not in Game of the Year contention. It's just odd to me. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's odd to me, but if you can read the tea leaves, you can read the tea leaves. Deathloop is definitely gonna win this category.
I think
yes.
Chivalry 2 are Back for Blood, and the reason I think that is because I think Deathloop and Far Cry 6 in return are going to win other categories. So I think they're going to give it to one of these two. Because I do feel like a lot of this is politics, gaming politics. Yeah. And I've always noticed that if something wins something else, then usually they give another category to something that wouldn't have won those anyway.
Yeah, but Addict, I want you to think about this for a second. This is the best action game. And the games in here.
And that's
one of the
not
games
Returnal.
No, I got you. I mean, whatever. You think whatever. But what I'm saying is one of the nominees for Game of the Year is in the category for Best Action category. Let's just put it this way. If Deathloop doesn't win this, then it shouldn't win Game of the Year based off of what we see here. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'll leave it at that.
It has to win its own category to actually
get that.
win.
I do get that, because if you don't win the Best Action Game, but to me, maybe Deathloop wouldn't win Best Action Game because it might be a phenomenal action game, but something maybe like Far Cry 6 comes off just a little bit ahead of it. But in general, Deathloop is a better game overall than not just like some of its core gameplay. Maybe, mechanical features, maybe the way the game looks. I don't necessarily, I agree with some aspect of that, but I don't agree with everything. So it's like I said, I think it's Back for Blood. And I think mainly it's because they're going to do something like that. Now, we can't get this best indie because Death's Door, I'm sure, is going to be in here. 12 minutes, Death's Door, Insidian? I do whatever this is. Kenna, Bridges Spirits, and Loop Hero. Hustle. What do you think's winning this? This is a good category. This is a really good category.
So I've only played an hour of Kenna Bridges Spirits. I didn't like it too much. I appreciate what it means to have two black creators make something that, while it may not necessarily be perfect, I can understand it on that level. 12 minutes was highly anticipated, but we haven't heard anybody talk about it, since its release. It released in August of this year. For people who don't know, I think it was told like the last week of August. And once it dropped, that's it. Like a week later, the joint was, the tumbleweeds. We ain't really heard much about it. Death's Door seems like I don't want to say the Xbox Legend of Zelda, but like the PC like Legend of Zelda-esque type game that'll probably take that over. That was made by two developers, and I think it's like $15 on Steam. I thought it was in Game Pass. It's not there when I checked it on PC.
So I didn't play it yet. Yeah.
I thought it was in Game Pass. That's why I went and got back on Game Pass. It's not there, so I'm gonna go cop that probably next weekend or something. But I feel like that one has the strongest.
Game Pass. Just wait.
Wait, I mean, it comes out in Game Pass, and then you should have a crazy backlog. Comes out in Game Pass, you get the 10% off, then you buy it. Like, come on, respect your dollars. Well, hold on, King. One game that we'll talk about a little bit later kind of has all of my attention and focus.
I feel you.
All right, chill.
Talking about what's going on?
All right, no, but I think Death's Door will take a best indie. I'm glad we went over this. And what's real quick? What's Loop Hero? I have not heard of that.
Loop Hero.
Isn't that a roguelike?
Yeah, it's a roguelike. It's actually a really good game. I wouldn't be surprised if it wins this, because I don't know what. It's either between Loop Hero, Kenna, or Death's Door. I don't think 12 Minutes is winning that. I don't think whatever that other game's winning that. It's between those three. They might give it to Kenna because we all know Jeff liked that. Jeff liked the PlayStation brand, so they might give it to Kenna because of that. And it's not like Kenna wouldn't deserve it. I do think it's really between Kenna and Death's Door, and I think either one of those deserve this. But I think it might lean more towards Kenna.
I think Death's Door gets it.
Death's Door gets it.
Yeah, I think. From what I've heard, I haven't. Every time I hear somebody say something about Kenna is nice. Kenna is this, but Kenna is nice. Kenna is this, but And then every time I hear Death's Door, Game of the Year, my man. Game of the Year.
You do have a point there.
Yeah. Have you played it, my man? Game of the Year. And I'm like, yeah, I'm holding out for Game Pass. Yo, it's just like Hades.
Game of the Year.
When you didn't get in there, man. It's just like Hades, man. You got to get in there, man. So I'm going to go with everybody's opinion. I value Everborn's opinion. Everborn has been championing this game. Keosanti has been championing this game. Anybody that has touched their fingers on this game has been yelling at me like, why didn't you buy it? And you listen, you just heard Hustle just say, yo, I'm going to go pick it up, and I'm not going to wait for Game Pass and get the 10% off, even though he's playing something that's crazy right now that this game might not get his attention. But again, I'm going to go with what I can hear the consensus is. I haven't heard anybody say after they play Kenny, yo, my man, Game of the Year, you got to get this. Not one person. I heard it's a good game, but.
Yeah, I agree with you. There is a lot of 12 Minutes is a good game, but I do feel like there is a lot of there is a but there is a lot of issues that game has. I didn't beat Death's Door. I played like 6 hours of it or 4 or 5, but Death's Door was a legit game. I didn't really see any issues with Death's Door. I'm gonna be real with you on that, man. Loop Hero is fun too. I honestly think Loop Hero looks like a better game than Kenna, because I played Loop Hero and I actually really enjoyed Loop Hero. And nothing about Kenna appeals to me. I don't like that game. So
I can't wait to get it when it comes out on Game Pass.
Hold on, not even the artwork? Oh, not even like the graphics on it?
Nah, those trees got to be moving, man. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. All right, so best ongoing game. Isn't that the one Destiny's always in?
Yeah.
Destiny's not in it this year. That's interesting.
Oh, okay.
So best ongoing games: Apex Legends, Final Fantasy 14 Online, Fortnite, Genshin Impact, and Call of Duty Warzone. All right, we're gonna start with King.
Fortnite.
do you have an issue with these choices?
Not one issue with any of these games.
So you don't think Destiny shouldn't have been on here?
Look how strong these games are.
Apex Legends.
Look how strong these games are.
I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I think that Call of Duty should have been replaced with Destiny.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you right now. Contrary to popular belief, brother, that Call of Duty Warzone is out here cracking foreheads. So,
what about Sea of Thieves? It's been really good. Why?
Yeah, the millions play it, man. But again, you got to talk about what these little millennials and these little Generation Z's and Y's and K's are doing.
Y's and K's.
Yeah, these Generation Wild stuff. These dudes is crazy. Yeah, I have no problem with none of this stuff. People are finally learning about Phantasy Star. It's been around forever, and I think Phantasy Star bumped Destiny out of this list.
You mean Final Fantasy?
Yeah, this year. So I'm actually gonna go with Fortnite here. Genshin Impact is really, really good. If out of all these games here, and I would play them in this order. I would play Call of Duty Warzone because every time I played it, I loved it. Then I would go over the Apex Legends. When I played it, I love it. Fortnite is just because I'm bending the knee. I have a problem with the company because of what they did to PUBG developers. Genshin Impact, which is pretty good, would fall last on this list because Final Fantasy would get the legacy nod from me. So if I'm really having to pick myself, I would go with Call of Duty Warzone. But I know Fortnite is such a beast and it's such an animal. Fortnite wins this category.
Now, if we're going off what I would play Apex Legends before anything else on this list.
Okay.
Because I'm not the biggest Call of Duty fan. I do think that Warzone's better than the average Call of Duty game, but that's not saying much to me. I'm going to be real with you. Genshin Impact, this is, I'm looking at these King. Crown Your Lore going to be tough this year. Because, I'm looking at this and I'm like, any one of these can get it. I would probably vote for Final Fantasy on this.
Yeah.
Because it's been such a huge phenomenon this year. But Genshin Impact has been a huge thing too. So it's going to be interesting, man. We got a $5 super chat from Atticus. I don't know, man. We're gonna move past that though. Coach said it best that Keeley didn't even talk about the success of Forza and didn't acknowledge Xbox anniversary, but did the PlayStation laugh out loud. I'm pretty sure you said laugh out loud. All right. So I'm not gonna go too much into this. It is not his responsibility to hype a brand he doesn't really rep. If that man don't want to come out and say anything positive about the Xbox brand, that's his decision. I do think it is a little weird that you're playing it and you're not talking about it, but you tweet about everything else. But it's not his responsibility to tweet about the Xbox brand. But I'm going to leave it at that. You guys got anything to address with that super chat?
I don't have anything to address with the super chat, but I will say best ongoing game. I feel like Apex Legends is kind of going to take that one home, in my opinion. Genshin Impact, my homies at the Disrespected podcast, they'll run that a lot. Shout out to my homie Alton, man. Prayers. They be doing their thing over there. Ain't really my cup of tea. Fortnite is Fortnite, and given the recent Travis Scott events, I don't think that they will win that based off of optics. I mean, I got my conspiracy theorist hat on just because y'all don't know. It's tenfold all around my room right now. Let's see. Final Fantasy. I think Addict you mentioned earlier. Final Fantasy got a whole lot of shine this year from a whole bunch of different streamers. Say friend of the show, my boy KW Fang. He'll play that and he'll stream it. I don't see the appeal in like the Final Fantasy joint, but that's me. That's me. But I think I like to shoot 'em up, bang bang. And I don't like Call of Duty.
Shoot 'em up, bang bang.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen. Call of Duty to me, respectfully, if it has a story, I don't know it because I'm not going to follow all that. I ain't with that. Apex Legends, I don't know if it's ever won an award for best ongoing game, but I think it's time. You guys had mentioned Destiny earlier, right? Do y'all think that, regardless has this category ever had any repeat winners? I want to lean on you two, and I want to lean on everybody in the chat to educate me. Because if it has had repeat winners.
Fortnite, I think Fortnite's won it a couple years, hasn't it, King?
Yeah.
What won it last year?
That changes everything, doesn't it?
What won
That
it
does kind of
last
change
year?
everything.
But I don't think Fortnite had like this is the first year that I don't think Fortnite has had a lasting effect, something like Final Fantasy or Genshin Impact. I do think it's a contender, and if it won, it wouldn't surprise me. But I do think this is one of the first years that if it didn't win, it wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah, I feel like I need to be careful saying this. I don't want to say that it's falling off or it's losing its luster, but it kind of, because like my nephew, God bless him, that boy, he play that joint every day when he get in this joint, man. Like he can't, like I said, yo, you don't want to play nothing else? Nah, Fortnite, nah. All right, man. So I don't know. So it's the kids don't like it. Let me just say that.
My son plays it all the time. He just grinded to get some shotgun that's in the game. I'm gonna tell you right now, if it's going by popularity, that's a different monster up there.
Mm-hmm. So shout out to the 300 plus people in here. Definitely hit that like button if you guys don't mind, man. Let's get those likes up. But we're going to go ahead and move on with this category. I do think this is going to be a really interesting category. I'm kind of curious on who wins that. Best performance. So we got the main character from Life is Strange: True Colors. We got the main antagonist from Far Cry 6. We got Colt from Deathloop, the main protagonist from there. We got the chick that played Lady Demetrius from Resident Evil Village, and we got
Screw, yes.
Yeah, and then we got the other person, the chick that played Julian in Deathloop. I actually think Deathloop's gonna win this. I know. I think one of these characters it might be the chick. I think that chick definitely might win this. She played a phenomenal character in Deathloop. I think I'm the only one on the panel that's really played Deathloop like that. Out of all these people, King, who do you think might win this?
Giancarlo Esposito.
Ooh.
He is the most distinguished person on this list. No disrespect, no shade to anybody here. I've been riding with Giancarlo Esposito since him and Spike Lee back in the days. I've watched the ascent of this man and his insertion into our chosen medium, which is video games, and he has landed in this medium tip-top form in this Far Cry 6. All the way from the Mandalorian, this guy has permeated every aspect of what I feel is our culture. I think it is hard to deny him his performance. Even from the trailers that we did see, his level of performance was so gravitas, so controlling that it made you say, man, I got to see what this dude is about. This dictator's wild, crazy with his son. Do you drop the grenade down on these dudes' heads or what? So, like, I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about the trailer. I got to go with Giancarlo Esposito in this. Not taking any shade away, because I definitely would have went for the big girl in whatchamacallit in Resident Evil. I want to play the game just for her. But no, Giancarlo Esposito without a shadow of a doubt for me.
What do you think, Hustle?
Well, I mean, I would say Giancarlo is a shoe-in, but since King already picked this fine gentleman, you took us all the way back to with the Spike Lee reference. You showing our age out here, King.
Yeah, you remember him. You stepped on my jaws, like his face.
Wait, stop. That's him?
Yes, you go back and look at it. He was on the stoop with them.
I know that. Okay, my fault. That's do the right thing, y'all.
Yes.
I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. Oh my, I'm old too, y'all. Sorry. All right. Well, Far Cry 6 is Far Cry 6. He's a trained actor. He's supposed to run away with this. Attic, you're gonna have to speak more to me about Deathloop and the performances by the two actresses. Everybody seems to like Lady D. Everybody in our community. No. Lady Demetrius. Everybody seems to love her, but I do want to speak about Miss Alex Chen.
Yes.
You know, Life is Strange, man. Like those.
She might win that. I don't think people need to sleep on her. She might win that.
That's exactly my point, man. I don't think that she runs away with that in particular, but I feel like if you haven't played the Life is Strange, hell, even if you want to watch it and just listen to how she get down,
Yeah.
Their voice actors always seem to do their thing. I think the first Life is Strange that I played was on PS4. And I remember, because I didn't finish the whole thing, I finished that first episode. I remember how strong like those characters were. Chloe and I forget the other young lady's name, but I remember how strong those characters were. And Erica here is no different. Or excuse me, Alex here is no different. Pardon me. I don't think it's any different, man. I think there's a lot to like take in. Eric, I do want you to educate me on Jason Kelly as a cult in Deathloop. I know you said that Miss Blake. I'm gonna go by her character name because I'm gonna tear her first name up. I'm gonna tear her first name and her last name up. I know that you said the antagonist in Deathloop was really good. So can you just kind of go over that a little bit? Can you summarize?
So pretty much Colt and Juliana, the whole game, like Deathloop is about is like reliving the same day over and over again. And the only people that recognize that they're living the same day over and over again is Colt and Juliana. And Juliana's purpose in the game is to kill Colt because he's trying to break the loop. So every day you start, she's running her mouth saying, "Oh, that didn't work, did it?" And then he'll make like these statements like, "Oh, and then like the more you start to succeed, the more she starts flipping out. So like there'll be occasional spots where Colt's like, "Oh, I didn't do that last time, did I?" And she'll have like a science. He's like, "Oh, we're getting somewhere, aren't we?" Like, so like it's a really good dynamic with them.
Yeah.
It's just like the only reason I don't think I'm gonna butcher his name, the dude from Far Cry. I only know him from
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, is because he, in my opinion, he wasn't in the game enough to really validate being in that game like that. Like he did a good job when he was in the game, but he wasn't really in the game to that degree, if that makes sense to you guys.
Yes.
So like he was only in really like cutscenes and stuff. So
but it boils down to like, let's not over analyze the thoughts, right? And look at it as best performance. When he was on the screen, did he hold your attention? He or she? Those type of things is we start to overanalyze the thought process of it. And I mean, I guess you can say your thought process is these other characters were there more. They gave more to the game, but did they command the scene every time they were in the game? Because more times you're seen, the less times you get a chance to hit. You might miss on this scene, but hit on that scene. If every time that he was on screen or he was around, it hit, then it's a difference, it's best performance. So that's just all I'm saying. But I'm listening to your rationale, and your rationale has more credence to what I'm saying. And also I'm talking from a place of ignorance because I haven't played the game.
Hey, hold on. Before we move on, hey, King.
Yes, sir.
I'm bugging. I did not know that this was Giancarlo Esposito on Do the Right Thing.
And then you see it, right? You see how he grew up from Breaking Bad all the way through, from Do the Right Thing to Breaking Bad to The Mandalorian and countless other movies. This man has, every time he's had a scene or something, he has definitely won these scenes. And
he's a fantastic actor. This is actually a really really tough performance.
Yeah.
Like, look, besides, like, I personally feel like this year has been, in terms of like that game, it's not really existed this year. But I feel like there's been so much good stuff that's going on this year that because that Fallout isn't in here, because that Witcher 3 isn't in here, because that Zelda isn't in here, that Last of Us 2, I feel like it's leveled the playing field for everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I want to say, the chick from Life is Strange could win this, but at the same time, I'm like, the chick from the Resident Evil Village had a movement. So, like...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. So, we're almost done with this.
All right.
So best art direction. This is always a fun one. So best art direction: The Artful Escape, Deathloop, Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. King, take the stand, man. What's going on here?
Let me see. I like The Artful Escape. Deathloop, I can't wait for Game Pass. So these two Game Pass lovable games here. And then Kenna's going to come to Game Pass too. Psychonauts is in Game Pass.
King.
Yes.
I need sources, King. When is that gonna happen? I need sources, kind sir, because I figured that was a PlayStation,
Oh, that's a multiplayer game. You talk about Kenna?
Yeah,
that's multiplayer, sir.
When that happened?
It been from the beginning.
What was I?
Yeah, Google that.
All right.
Google that.
Right.
No, so right now Microsoft is winning, and then you get a chance to play Ratchet and Clank next year on PC. So this is all Microsoft stuff. He is so terrible. All right, so best art direction. All right, what games can withstand the test of time? I'm gonna tell you right now. One of the best art directions here is The Artful Escape. It is probably so left that is right. It allowed me to play because the game has a weird look and feel to it, and you playing your guitar brings the world to life. Deathloop, we've seen this art style because this is their art style.
I can almost guarantee you that's not winning.
Yeah, that's the same art style they've been doing for the last 15 years, right? So we're talking about new art direction. Okay, so Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, is going for the Pixar type of feel, but who out Pixar's Ratchet and Clank? Nobody, right? Mm-hmm. So by that slash right there, Kenna is in the bushes. Deathloop is in the bushes. The Artful Escape is standing there toe to toe fighting Ratchet and Clank, and then we have Psychonauts. Because I went to play the first Psychonauts after playing Psychonauts 2, and it just didn't withstand the test of time. The art direction did, but this art direction is a little bit stronger because it's a lot more polished, and we get a chance to see, I think, his level of genius there. I don't believe it wins art direction here. Not saying it's not a far superior game to all the games that are here, but we're not talking about far superior game. We're talking about art direction. It will be a toe-to-toe battle with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Artful Escape. I don't think an indie title get it over a AAA. In this category, I'm going to have to go with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Because I am not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for Ratchet and Clank, and I'm waiting for a super Black Friday sale to get it.
Let me get this $5 super chat real quick. We got it from Facio 007. I think Phil should stop being nice to Jeff and who selects those who voted which games goes to which nomination category. I don't know who selects that. And I don't think Phil is necessarily being nice to the individual. I think he respects where the VGAs is going, and he wants to be a part of it because there's a lot of people who watch that. I think that's the biggest reason you're seeing this, because I mean it's doing more numbers than the Grammys and the Emmys and stuff. So I mean you got to be a part of that. You got to. All right. Anyone got anything to say about that?
Yeah, I'll give my pick on it. I'm a little torn between Ratchet and Clank and Kenna. The Artful Escape, well, I kind of like a style like this. This doesn't look better than Ratchet and Clank. Under zero circumstances does this look better than Ratchet and Clank. Something like Psychonauts, I haven't played it out. I've only seen, shout out to my boy Glorious Kev, like he streamed it, he played it, and he beat it.
Yeah.
I don't like the way that looks. Now, typically when I think that's cell shaded, and typically the cell shaded stuff doesn't age, it ages very well. Now with Psychonauts though, it's just something about it where I just don't like it. Ratchet and Clank, game that I do own. I got an hour in it. That game is extremely beautiful. Every time that you kill an enemy or you kill some robots, you see all the bolts and stuff on the ground and everything from those boss fights, from pulling yourself in and out of the dimensions and everything. All of that look fly to me, like super fly. Yep. And I guess we'll get to it a little bit later, but like that's kind of what I would lean on. Like that's GOTY like potential for me. Like in terms of like it kind of gets everything down from like the voice direct. You know what I noticed when we went over the best voice actors and actresses? Rivet wasn't over there. The girl who played Rivet, she was not there. And it just hit me. And Jennifer Hale, and everybody was going gaga over her performance. So that's a little odd to me. But in terms of art direction, man, hey, y'all know, Team Blue, baby, Team Blue, Ratchet and Clank, man. I don't really think, and I don't think you can argue with either.
I think this is between Kenna and Psychonauts. I think that the Artful Escape, it could definitely get it. Let me say those three: Kenna, the Artful Escape, Psychonauts. I think Ratchet and Clank looks nice, but I don't think it's like a huge different direction than Ratchet and Clank 1. It just looks better than Ratchet and Clank 1. I don't think it's like the best art direction, something that looks good, something looks nice. Like Kenna, as much as I get annoyed by like the some of the animations that happen in the game, it still is a very nice looking art direction. Psychonauts 2, very nice looking art direction, the Artful Escape, and I think that's what they're going to really generally go this towards, is something that isn't the norm and is a good way of going towards the future in terms of if you're not going to make something realistic, you can make it like this because it is a nice way of doing things. And I think that's why it's neither Kenna, the Artful Escape, or Psychonauts 2. I'm going to put my stick down and say Kenna. And the reason I think Kenna, once again, politics, man, gaming politics. I think they're going to want to give Kenna 1 or 2 rewards, and I think this is one of those rewards that they can give them.
Okay.
Because I do think Psychonauts could win this, but I do think personally there's a chance Psychonauts might win Game of the Year. Maybe it's not a big one, but I do think that there is a chance that Psychonauts could win Game of the Year. So I think we all pretty much agree on that one. Do we need to go too much into that one?
No.
All right, so let's talk about best narrative story. Deathloop. That's not winning. It Takes Two. Life is Strange. Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the first time we've seen that. Obviously, we're not doing all the categories. And Psychonauts 2. Hustle. Tell me which one's which.
I don't think I'm able to. Wait, did I play any games on this list? It's the best narrative, right? I mean, look, if we talking about story-based games, I would have to say Life is Strange if I had to pick one. But you gotta inform me about well, I know it takes two. Like, all right, here's the problem with dropping a game in like January or February. The fact that you drop a game that early in the year, a lot of people tend to forget about it. But It Takes Two, like, for a nice little minute before Returnal came out, it kind of was like the talk of the town, you know. No Dr. Trey, but it was a little movement for a little while. And if you know anything about the story, it's about 2 parents who are getting a divorce, and I'm not spoiling anything, but it's 2 parents who are getting a divorce, and their daughter wishes that they kind of would stay together forever, so on and so forth. But there's a whole
voodoo.
Come on, man.
She performs actual voodoo.
Said black magic? All right, King.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my God. No, I mean, but
listen, I don't think it wins that. I don't think It Takes Two wins this.
I mean, probably not. But I mean, if I had to pick one, I'm always going to be like for like the Life is Strange because of what it covers. Just like last year, not Life is Strange. What was the Microsoft title that everybody was like?
I know what you're talking about.
I'm praying on it. I cannot think of the name of it to save my life. But our story, or it was with the brother and sister, and I mean, and things happen.
You're talking about the same Life is Strange type of thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. I know one of you guys know it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Of course they do.
It's literally right there. Yeah,
it's at the front of them.
Tell me why. Tell me why. Told you someone knew it. Tell me why. That's what it's called.
There we go.
Yeah, we made fun of that. How did we not remember that, King? Remember we kept saying "Tell me why" over everything.
Yes. What's wrong with y'all? Tell me why they put this game out there. Tell me why. Why this game was made. Yeah.
Y'all ain't right. Hey, Addict. So since you played, beat, and reviewed Deathloop, can you tell me why that may win Game of the Year or win Best Narrative? Rather.
It's not going to win Best Narrative. I don't think it's going to. I think it's got a good narrative, but I don't think that's what it's going to stand on if it wins Game of the Year. I think its narrative is okay, but it's nothing special. I think its gameplay and the mechanics of the games might make it win Game of the Year. Its narrative is just, we got to break a loop. We got to find out why to break the loop. Then we got to break the loop. I literally just told you all of Deathloop.
Wow.
So, you know, it's nothing, like, obviously there's other stuff in between, but that's generally the narrative of Deathloop. Does that sound like a best narrative thing for you guys? You know what I'm saying? Like, Life is Strange might get this, and part of me thinks that maybe Marvel, you know, because I don't know how many things this is in. So Marvel, a lot of people liked Marvel, so maybe Marvel.
So wait. No Psychonauts love at all? Because apparently that game touches on a lot of say deep and some dark issues. So you don't think Psychonauts to get that nod?
But Life is Strange does too, and I think if they're going to give it to Life Issues, they'll give it to Life is Strange over Psychonauts.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just going based off of the categories, and I don't see Life is Strange nominated for Game of the Year.
It Takes Two is a good game, but I don't think it's got a good narrative. Because it's kind of everywhere. Ask King. We played a little bit of it. It's kind of everywhere.
Yeah. What I would pick. Okay, so didn't play Deathloop. Deathloop seems like most roguelikes, a little redundant in the strategy of what they're trying to get you to get into. It's pretty much learning patterns, getting new weapons and stuff like that, and keeping these guns and stuff like that. So next, move over. Life is Strange never really held me. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. I think they were trying to shoot Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy in anywhere in this whole award system because it was a surprise hit. Everybody that's played it said they actually love it. They thought it was so far and removed away from the bad taste that Marvel's Avengers put in their mouth. Pause.
Oh my god!
That this game actually has legs to stand on. It Takes Two. Attic and I played it. I think the narrative in it it's beautiful. You know, this little girl is going through watching the divorce of her mother and father, and how they can just not love each other anymore, and she puts a voodoo spell on them, and they become these little dolls that are animated, and they have to go through the house that they built together to work as a team to achieve something. Me and Attic didn't get a chance to finish it, so I don't know the ending of that story, but I'm pretty sure it could end good. It could end absolutely terrible. They could still stay divorced, or they can actually find some reconciliation in that, and that will be probably one of the best narratives like for a family game. And being that it just hit Game Pass might bring a lot more eyes and awareness and votes on that game. Psychonauts. This is the narrative of this game is plaguing our society at this moment with mental illness, and to address it in this manner with a cute, lovable kid who has a dysfunctional family, but also is a detective in this manner, and he's dealing with his peers and wanting to be accepted. This game addresses so many different issues that we have in society itself as a whole at a proper time. I think the best narrative goes to Psychonauts 2, because I think it starts to help people deal with issues and identify issues that they do have or they see in others that they can come to grips with and talk about openly. So I think this is a sneaky one here, and I'm going to go with Psychonauts 2 because I love the narrative and what they're trying to accomplish.
Okay.
He said I didn't analyze the games in the manner that
no, I didn't. One of the categories that I find interesting, you remember Cyberpunk had came out, right? And when it did, we figured it was going to be nominated for stuff this year. I'm surprised that we don't see Keanu Reeves in the best voice actor or actresses category, the best voice.
Game was garbage.
No.
Until they fix it, that's the problem. You understand?
The game can be whatever. What I'm saying is, y'all saw how they was going over Keanu Reeves. They was losing their minds, and they was doing their whole thing, and it was on them, right? That was on them. So when the game dropped, I only got 3.5 hours, and it just wasn't feeling. It wasn't my thing. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I would just figured the way that the media went gaga, over him like that, you would have figured he would have been in there. And I noticed that he isn't there. And it's because I'm looking just through some of the other categories. I see Cyberpunk in best score in music.
Right.
So it was just, I don't know. That was just something that I just thought I'd bring up. It just stood out to me. Stood out. I don't think it's a snub per se. Well, it might be. That is Keanu Reeves because everybody seems to love him. So
it seems like every category is tough.
Yep.
Like, and I think a lot of it has to do, I really do, is that I think a lot of the lower tier games that we normally get, that, when you see them on the category, you're like, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? Oh, those aren't really here. And it's like I said, like, the games that are far above quality in terms of some of these genres, those aren't here either. So I think you're getting a lot more of a middle term set of games. So when it comes to these categories, you feel like anything could win.
Mm.
Yeah,
all right, so
it's open field.
Yeah, so the best game direction. Now we might argue about this one. Best game direction, Deathloop.
Okay.
It Takes Two, Returnal, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. King, tell me if you think any game shouldn't be here or any game should be here.
Best game direction. This is a strong category. I mean, there's strong titles in this category. They've been trying to get a Returnal into something, and they've been shout out to Jeff trying to force this game on everybody. And I'm pretty sure that's probably one of his personal favorite games of the year. Game direction. Man, this is hard. This is hard because you want to. This is where we lose Crown of Your Lord at it, because it's gonna be a game that we're not looking at in the sense of we're not looking at what direction. What do they mean for direction? Outstanding computer vision and innovation in the game direction and design.
You want me to tell you mine? I think Returnal's winning this.
Yeah, and it sucks because it's in the middle and it's like staring you in the face. Like, you better pick it, bro. Like, you better pick it because we have the best direction, bro. And I'm like, okay. I'm by default, I'm gonna say Returnal. Being, like I said, talking from a place of ignorance. Again, if I'm giving them money, I'm not buying that. So, from my heart, I like the direction of Psychonauts. And it might be a year where Psychonauts action actually sweeps all of these categories. It might be a year where he's the belle of the ball. So, you know what? To hell with Returnal. I'm going with Psychonauts. I think Psychonauts might be a secret destroyer this year. And I'm going with Psychonauts. Tim Schafer, I'm rolling with you, baby.
What about you, Hustle?
Well, I'll be completely honest with you, King. I'm glad you didn't take my answer this time. I think it is Returnal. I think it is something like Returnal. Just in terms of it being innovative. This was a lot of people's, myself included. This was a lot of people's first like roguelike game, and then the actual story. Even though I couldn't make it to the end,
right?
This too much for me, y'all. It's too much. Even though I couldn't make it to the end, there were a lot of ambiguous endings. You kind of didn't know what to like really make of the first ending, and then there is a secret ending, and you kind of really don't know how to figure it all out. But in terms of innovation, like when in Addict, once you make it to the house, in the first biome, if you got the key to get in, you can go and explore, and it's just bits and pieces of that story is just told in such a different way. So I'm going with Returnal on that one, even though it's not nominated for Game of the Year. I think it does take best game direction, and I guess we'll talk about what needs to happen with the Game Awards, because I feel like Returnal can't win this and then not be nominated at all. King, Psychonauts 2 though. I definitely got my eye on it because, like we spoke about it earlier, like it's touching on a whole lot of different things that we're all going through, and there's certain things that it seems so current as it is, like with the times. And shout out to Tim Schafer and them over there for that, and Double Fine for that, because that's kind of a hard thing to do. Like I can write a record today, and like if I write a song today, will it be timeless 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Yeah, like that's not exactly the easiest thing to do. But I'm a roll Returnal though, because I mean, PlayStation Blue on. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I get what you guys are what you're saying on that. I just personally feel like Returnal, out of all these things, maybe It Takes Two, and not even really that, because there has been co-op games before.
Yeah,
I think Returnal is one of the few that's like it can actually spawn something different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Psychonauts, there's been platformers. Ratchet and Clank, there's been platformers. It Takes Two, that's a really good co-op game. But there's, I mean, that studio only makes that. And Deathloop, maybe? But like Returnal, I feel like on there, it actually can do something unique if it improves on the roots that it was made off of. And the rest of them, I don't see that.
Okay.
Well, Addict, before we move on, you said It Takes Two, right? With Joseph Fares and his team over there. You said that's what they do. Now, let's talk about that. That is what they do. And have we ever seen a story in a co-op game? And I want y'all to educate me, but have we ever seen a story in a co-op game like that deep, the way it's dealt with certain issues like that?
No.
I'm not going to necessarily lean toward It Takes Two, but I wouldn't be surprised or I wouldn't be angry if that won that, because that is something like that. That's different. And we know with Joseph Fares, like he made is it A Tale of Two Sons? Or was it The Lost Brothers or something like that? It came out in like 2013, the way it was like extremely like story heavy and everything. So, you know what? Hey, hold on. I'm gonna change my answer to It Takes Two.
And A Way Out. And A Way Out.
Hey, that ending to A Way Out was hilarious.
Yeah, that
was hilarious. And it changed, depending on what happened at the end, depending on who got who. So no. I mean, I think I think Joseph Fares and a team at what's the name of the studio? Hazelight Studios. Mm-hmm. I think they got at least one, and I think it's that one. All
right, so
I'm rolling with that.
I won't be upset either. Be honest with you, as long as Returnal doesn't get it.
Oh Jesus!
Let's get this $2 super chat from King One Supreme. What y'all doing if Microsoft game wins Game of the Year? # Book of X. We are going to have a very lit show. All right. Everyone, this is everyone. This is the grand finale. Game of the Year. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experiences across all creative and technical fields. Number 1, Deathloop.
Wow.
Number 2, It Takes Two. Number 3, Metroid Dread. Notice that Metroid isn't in any one that we've done so far. That's
Thank
interesting.
you, Addict. Thank you, sir.
Number 4, Psychonauts 2. Number 5, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which I low-key don't think it deserves that. And the last one, number 6, Resident Evil Village. Once again, I don't think we saw that in any other category.
Nope.
So, let's start with Hustle. Hustle, do you agree with everything on this list? If not, what would you replace it with? And who do you think is going to win the list that we do currently have?
All right, well, if I had to get one game up out of here, as y'all know, I'm not big on the scary games, so Resident Evil 8 can get the poop. For the less horrifying of the evil games, Returnal. I feel like Returnal should be there, but that's just my honest opinion. As we were talking, I was kind of looking around just to see where Metroid Dread fell in the list. And I'm not gonna say that it's not anywhere else, but I didn't see it nowhere else. In terms of, like, I didn't see it anywhere else. I'm gonna go back and just double check, triple check. This is the only place where I saw this game. It's the only place where we saw Samus. King, as I told you on Iron Laws, and I guess like a month ago with Mr. Boomstick, yourself incognito. Don't nobody buy Metroid, man. Shout out to Lloyd Metroid. I don't know if he in the chat. Don't nobody buy that joint, man. Like, the people were surprised. I'm like, no, this is This is it. And I guess Jeff wants to give this the nod. I don't know what game is going to win. I'll make my guess. But I'll tell you what game ain't going to win, and that's Metroid Dread. And I say that respectfully. I say it respectfully. I feel like this is, I don't want to say that this is Ratchet and Clank's for the taking, because, the media darling of this group is Deathloop. It is. It just is. People was giving this game 10 out of 10s, and they didn't really know why. I won't get into it, but I felt like, I felt like they was pushing an agenda. As a black man, it's hard for me to say that, but you can kind of see, I can read tea leaves on that. It's like you can kind of see what that is, just given the current state of society and everything, with everything that we've gone through.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I can see that for what it is, but honestly, man, like we kept talking about it. I feel like for me, it's either Ratchet and Clank, Deathloop, or Psychonauts 2. Yeah, I got it right. It Takes Two probably won't be there because that game came out so early in the year. And now, granted, while it had an impact, it kind of came and went. Returnal isn't here. Metroid Dread, man. I mean, sorry.
Right,
I'm just gonna be real. Sorry.
King, tell me if you would take something out to replace it with something else, and tell me off the ones we have now, what are you kind of leaning towards?
You're getting sleepy. Very, very sleepy. Now that I have you under my spell, I want you to look at the list again, and all you would see is Psychonauts. You're up now. If I had to yank something off that list, honestly, I would yank Metroid Dread off.
Yeah.
And I would put Forza in that place. No 480p game should be up here.
Oh man, come on, man.
Okay, so y'all have your own little award show for the eye impaired games, for the Vaseline editions. Pause. Listen. This is the swan song for Metroid. I told people after finding out Metroid was Nintendo's least productive franchise in terms of sales, it threw me for a loop. And then I sat back and I thought about it. And we just had the Muffin Man on the other day. And he told me he can't stand Metroid games. So I'm going to respect the Muffin Man and boot this game off my list and insert Forza. Shout out to Jeff Keighley for trying not to acknowledge the true game of the year. And I get it. Competition is none. I hear that. So you got Ratchet and Clank, and then this battle has been pitched a long time ago. This battle has been pitched this whole summer, all the way up until now. This battle has been pitched. Ratchet and Clank came out, and everyone was all over. Remember the SSD, it can only be done, and then we find out other stuff that's gonna happen that's gonna break your little hearts. And then Psychonauts came out, and Microsoft dudes was like, I told you so, man, we got our own platformer, and our own platformer's doing more better stuff than yours, bud. Right, so look here, mate. I think I'm gonna go with Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart in the Bushes, and Psychonaut 2 for the win. Actually, I think Psychonauts is going to sweep a lot of awards this year. I think because of the history of it, I think because of Tim Schafer's hold in the community, his standing in the community, the group at Double Fine, and Microsoft Bucks pushing it past the finish line, getting a game from a Kickstarter situation to a AA, if not a AAA stand. The Metacritic on this game is ridiculous. The art direction on this game is ridiculous. The fact that it touches the mental illness aspect of gaming and does it in such a way that is nuanced and not overbearing, and it keeps you engaged at all times, and it has many different aspects to do it. I think Game of the Year should be a game where innovation is seen. Is there any innovation in any of the other games? No. Resident Evil is the same. Metroid introduces a new aspect of it. Quick time events. Wow, that's innovative. It takes not too much innovation in this area, but again, it does best what it does. Deathloop, kind of samey. From that Prey type team. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go with Psychonauts here. I think Psychonauts wins Game of the Year. I think Psychonauts sweeps a lot of other categories as well. I think it's the toast of the town, and I think you see a change right here because this is where the console wars actually hits a crescendo. Microsoft walks off into the sunset for the year of 2021, which building. Could you imagine the year that they had building all the way up to Psychonauts taking Game of the Year and Microsoft, it's like Babe Ruth pointing to the stands and hitting that home run. Boy, it will be a horrible holiday for these Sony dudes if this actually happens. And I think Jeff might break down and cry this year. I'm going with Psychonauts. I'm looking for fear.
Go ahead, Eddie. Go ahead.
I think that there's no way. Here's my thing. Village might win it. I think there's a chance Village might win.
Wow.
There is no chance Ratchet and Clank wins this.
Oh, come on.
There is none, man. I think Psychonauts 2 could win this year and next year before Ratchet and Clank wins this year. It's just, look, it was a good game, but that's all. They didn't really have no talking power. I don't think Metroid deserves to be on this list. I think that deserves to be Forza Horizon 5. Hell, Ratchet and Clank might deserve to be Forza Horizon 5.
But slow down. slow down. It's not the Metroid thing I get. The Metroid thing I do get.
Oh, so we can take something you don't like, but we can't take something you like. Gotcha.
Yeah. Hey, look, the Metroid thing I understand. I think I said my pick earlier, but Deathloop is kind of I would like to say Psychonauts 2, but Deathloop, just given what the media has done about this and seeing how they vote on these type of things and seeing how it's weighed so heavily and seeing how the fan vote is only 10% of the actual scale in terms of weighing in terms of everything that you vote for. I think it's Deathloop. Real quick, hey King, I want to correct you. I know we were slandering Metroid, as we should, by the way. Metroid Prime 4 is being made by Retro Studios. I think Retro Studios has started it, but then it was given to another studio, and Retro Studios ended up getting it back by Nintendo. So the Metroid series ain't over, but if it really don't sell that next time out, I think Metroid Prime 4 may be Samus's last ride, so to speak.
Yeah, let's get these two super chats real quick. We got $2 super chat from King One Supreme. Microsoft has Game of the Year nominations. I thought Xbox has no games.
Man,
that is pretty funny, man. We got a $10 super chat from Smile. 100% of media outlets, including many people per outlet and influencers across the globe, vote for the nominations. The nomination process can't get any more fair than that. Jeff is not involved. King, do you have anything to say about that?
Jeff, I understand that you had to super chat and put Smile and you had to put money in there just to clear your name.
Wow,
Jeff, I understand.
Just to clarify, you're saying that Smile is a Jeff burner account.
This is burner.
It's Jeff. It's just like, what's that Durant. He has his burner accounts. Listen, I understand that you watch the Swami to understand how I predict what you're going to do. I understand, Jeff. Listen, you want people to believe that you're not involved. I get it. Don't touch the money. I see it. I hear it. Don't be around the money. You are separate from the money. Let the money be over there so you'll never get caught in the same room at the same time. Jeff, I've been playing this game for years. I truly understand. If you think your name ain't on the bill and you ain't involved in some type of way, I'm not Boo-Boo the Fool. But I do say this, and I do know that you have control. I'm going with Psychonauts 2.
I love how he's generally acting like he's talking to Jeff right now.
Because it is. So, you know what's crazy? Is it that far-fetched that it's not him?
It's not him.
I'm pretty sure that's not him.
Okay, you know why? You know why I say this, Addict? A lot of people used to think that Eminem never went back to the underground after he became Underground King. Until he was in there with a disguise on, getting back to the grunge, getting back to the trenches. We in the trenches right now. Who's to say he ain't down here, sharpening his skills? Let me hear what the people are saying. Let me hear what Addict got to say. I truly believe that he wants to tune in and listen to what, us little old people got to say. Now, we don't probably matter, but something might hit and he might be like, I got to super chat this. Fix this.
Let's just clarify.
Yes.
You're saying that Jeff, the person that runs the VGAs and whatever he does that's trying to replace E3, is under our chat in a burner account named Smile.
Hey, Addicts, you know what? I'm going to contradict myself. Friends of the show, Erica and Shaw, with the backlog featuring Erica and Shaw. Jeff does listen to that. He listens to it. I forgot how Erica told me, but look, we had that conversation. So he got his ear to the street. Now, I'm not saying he's necessarily in the chat, but it wouldn't. I guess maybe it wouldn't surprise me that if he was in here right now and he sees the gentleman with the glasses on and chain. He sees the young wolf with the beard, and he sees this other gentleman with the LA hat on it. Maybe he might be listening. He might be listening. That's all I'm saying.
He said, what they got to say about my Game Awards? Let me see what the peons have to say about my Game Awards.
So just out of curiosity, he came up with the username Smile. That's his thing.
Because he right now smiling at us. Smiles. They never find out it's me. And Jeff has a great smile. So
indeed.
I'm just saying.
We have went into a complete rabbit hole. I don't think we're ever coming out of at this point. Look, we got a $2 super chat from Jay Nicholas. Psychonauts 2 unique game design and story game of the year. King is 100% behind you on that.
Let's go.
Me personally, I do feel like Forza deserves to be on this list. It's a shame it's not. But if I'm going off of what's just on here, I think I don't know why. I think Metro Dread or Deathloop. I don't think Psychonauts 2. For some reason, I think Psychonauts 2 would deserve it, but I don't think they'll give it to him, King. I don't, because I feel like if Forza was able to get on this list, this wouldn't even be a discussion. Because I do feel like in terms of quality, Forza is the best one on this list if it was on here.
Yep.
But it's not. That's a different alternative round that doesn't exist. I think for some reason the industry really likes Deathloop. And I think that might be a thing that they really go towards. Then part of me thinks that Village might take it out of nowhere because people like Village. I don't want Metroid Dread to win, but part of me thinks it might be that. And then part of me thinks maybe they'll give it to Psychonauts 2. But then everything in me says they're not giving it to Ratchet & Clank.
That's why, hey, yo, serious question though. I'm trying to figure out how to articulate this without sounding disrespectful, right? Are they really still talking about any of these games right now? Respectfully, and I say that respectfully. I don't hear nobody talking about Resident Evil, hell, even Ratchet & Clank, even though it's sold what it's sold. Right? But forget all that. Psychonauts 2 came out in August, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't hear too much on that. It Takes Two came out early in the year. That's not that that's a bad game, but it just came out early in the year. Deathloop, came out in I think September, and it got the high praise, and it probably has the highest praise. Metroid Dread, are people still talking about that at all? Respectfully, and I say that respectfully. This is like default gaming.
This is what I was saying at the beginning of the podcast. This is one of those unique scenarios and unique years where there's not one game that is so above the rest in quality that it's that game we all know is a game of the year. The Red Dead Redemptions 2s, the Last of Us 2s, those type of games, God of War. There's nothing like that. So the very top of the spectrum is not there. So you have a lot more of an even playing ground throughout the year. But let me tell you, King, tell me how lit it's going to be if It Takes Two wins.
That'd be crazy. I
got a question. Wait. No. Okay, Spider-Man Miles Morales got nominated last year. I was about to say something is missing off this list, and I was like, I don't know what it is because it was bothering me. It got nominated last year. All right, I'm not upset behind this. I kind of wish it got nominated. Did
Demon's Souls get nominated last year? I don't remember saying Demon's Souls for anything.
I would like to say if Spider-Man Miles Morales got nominated last year, Demon's Souls, if it got nominated for anything, it did get nominated last year. I'm just not sure for what though. Because those dropped on the same day. So I'm sure it was nominated for something. I don't know if it won anything though. It was just, I don't know, like that just stuck out to me just looking at this list here.
You know what the greatest thing about this is, King? As long as Ratchet and Clank doesn't win, we win.
Oh man. I thought
that's kind of crazy, right?
Come on.
Deathloop wins, that's an Xbox game. It Takes Two wins, that's on Game Pass. Metroid wins, that's on a PlayStation game. Psychonauts wins, that's an Xbox game. Ratchet and Clank wins, damn.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Resident Evil Village wins, that's a multiplayer.
That's wild. Oh man.
Regardless what happens, as long as Ratchet and Clank doesn't win, we win.
All right. They're speaking for themselves, ladies and gentlemen.
No, we're speaking for him too. We're speaking for him.
Oh man. So I guess I'm an Xbox fan. And speaking of that, Addict, that is Segway Boys in the building. Speaking of Xbox, I don't know if y'all heard, but there was a certain beta that dropped and that pretty much made the internet stop what it was doing. Go to Steam, go to the Microsoft store, hop on their Xbox One X's and their Series consoles, and download a game, a small game called Halo Infinite. Can we talk about it?
Yes, we could talk about it. King, did you get to play it any last night?
Yo, so check it out, right? I started playing with Chris and the team, and my son hopped on. No. I started playing with Chris and the team, and Chris had to go to work. Chris left out, and then I was playing with Wilmy Scream, and Ty Guy Travis jumped in. Shout out to Ty Guy Travis. Didn't get a chance to play no Destiny with Ty Guy, but we definitely got a chance to play some Halo Infinite multiplayer with Ty Guy. Yo, we were running roughshod over these dudes playing Oddball and stuff like that, and all these. Oh man, Oddball is so much fun. These games are so much fun. Absolutely incredible. How big team battle and stuff like that is situated. So remember, I didn't play any of the flights, right? So I'm coming into the situation, fresh face, old school. Let's see what's up. Let's see what we got here. All right, so I got out of the joint with Wilmy Scream and Ty Guy because I had a play date with my son. And he gets on, we get in, I lock the room, and we go to big team battle, and we're playing. My son is 10 years old. He'll be 11 in January. And we had such a blast. Father and son moment. I'm getting kills, and we're going to see who can get the most kills for the match. And at one point in time, I had like 24 kills, and he had like 12 kills. And he's like, "Oh, I gotta catch your daddy." So I'm telling him about the drops and the stuff like that. And we finding the sniper perches, and we're getting into the ships and flying up and shooting her. It was so much fun. It brought back all the feelings of Halo. It didn't feel like it was a man out of place like Captain America. It felt like it would never left. And I'm telling you now, free to play, whoever yelled out free to play in that room to get this game everywhere. Now, also, I got to say, I'm diametrically opposed to it being launched yesterday. I'm at odds as a business person and a business mind. I would have said, hell no, because I wanted to see Forza reach its crescendo, reach its peak, to see how far it can actually get the eyes on it. But in further conversations with, my Iron Lord brothers and other people, the cross-pollination of both games pulling from one aspect of people who'll never get a chance to play it to the other aspect of people that want to engage, and you might cross-pollinate from Halo to Forza. I think Microsoft looked at it as an opportunity they can't miss. 8 million eyes on one game. We need to pull 8 million of these people over this way if we possibly can, and if not more, and then vice versa. It's a phenomenon now. It's really, they're really doing it right now, and I don't think we've seen Microsoft hitting like this since the heydays of 360. They ramped up with the Xbox, and this multiplayer hits everything. Did anybody find it weird that it was no performance? It was just graphic mode right now, and was that to test bandwidth per se? What's your opinion on that choice to just have it at graphics mode and not performance?
Okay, I can't speak to that because I didn't know. Addict, did you play this game on a console or PC?
Console.
Okay, so maybe you can speak to that because I didn't know that there was a difference. Like, I'm a PC dude over here, so
right.
I didn't know.
Look, man, I played on the frame rate that was default. I didn't really check too much into that. I did put the field of view all the way up. I think
120.
I think it's a solid experience, man. I do question a little bit in terms of how they're monetizing the free to play, just a little bit, because I'm a little bit concerned where I can't even change the color of my Spartan without digging into my pocket and doing something. And we'll have to see. Like,
I changed my color with nothing, with no money.
No, when I tried to, it was all locked.
Okay, what you was trying to probably do was trying to go to areas where you can unlock all that stuff by playing, right? All that stuff is available to you by playing and getting through your tiers. If you buy the season pass, a lot of stuff can get to you a lot quicker, but you have to still unlock that through actual playing. The same way, through Destiny, you unlock the season pass, there's an extra tier that's under the bottom that you can get these rewards down here. If you didn't have the season pass, you can still achieve this stuff that's up here. It's pretty consistent. And when I say that, across the board for all free-to-play games, I'm playing this game called The Art of War Legacy on my phone. And if I brought the season pass for it, I unlock a tier that I can get extra perks. But I still get my regular perks if I don't unlock that tier. So nothing is really excluded. I just get a lot of things quicker. So I think I understand exactly what you're talking about when you're talking about that. I think
the biggest reason isn't really the issue that I'm having with the options that you have at launch. I think my issue is the progression system.
Right.
Because I played for like 5 hours and I'm level 2.5, almost 3. So to me,
that's wild. But
to me, I'm sitting here looking at this and I put this amount of time into it and I feel like I got nothing for it. I'm looking at all this stuff you get and I'm just thinking to myself, how much time do they expect me? Like, this is worse than Destiny, King.
Okay.
Like this needs to be fixed.
I want to speak on that. I want to speak on that actually. Brian Gerard, who is the community, I want to make sure I get his title right. He is the community director over there at 343. In terms of the level progression and everything, long story short, he heard the outcry. They're working on it. If you guys have any like bugs or glitches that you have to report, you go to aka.ms/Halo support, just in case you see somebody warping through a wall or something, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So they are looking into this. Shout out to my homie Eric Empire. He had tweeted this out, or he had put the tweet in the DMs that I'm a part of earlier. Let's see. What was the other thing? King, you had said something, then I had kind of forgotten about it. Oh, okay. Well, I want to talk about this on PC. I played this at 120 frames, 4K 120 frames.
Right? Oh, word? I said word because we can't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I do want to speak on the PC side of things. It seems like it stutters a little bit. It seems like it's the same problem. I think this is 343 issue because it's the same problem when I was playing Halo Reach, which is on my channel now with Contraviction and Mega ZX456.
Right.
But I pretty much had to cap it at 60 frames in order for it to run fluidly. Now I paid all this money for my PC, so I want to pay it at the max the way I want to play it. However, it seemed like it's a little stuttering, there's a little hiccup, but it's day one launch, or this is the first day launch. Oh, I wanted to address that point too. From a business standpoint, this is their Super Mario. I've gone on ILP and the different platforms, and I've said, yo, Shigeru Miyamoto would never, or Nintendo would never let Super Mario go out like this. They had to launch it on the 15th, even though, and I'm old enough to remember, King, so were you. People wasn't necessarily, I ain't gonna say people wasn't feeling Halo like that, but they wasn't feeling Halo in the very beginning like that. They weren't on it like that in the very beginning. However, it grew legs, and we are where we are now. So it had to drop on that day. When we saw like the early leaks of the console, that Halo console and the Halo controller, I think you got it, King.
Yes, sir. I got the console as well.
Oh, okay. Man, sir. I tried my damnedest. No, but when we saw the release date, like for all intents and purposes, the game was supposed to release this day. Oh, the whole thing was supposed to release this day. It was a blessing in disguise that it got delayed last year, up till this year. It wasn't supposed to be December 8th. It was supposed to be November 15th, 2021 for the 20th anniversary, and that would have been super dope. However, while I'm like loving this game, I got an hour and a half in with the troubleshooters and the sus core. Shout out to Alex and his people over there. There are a couple of things that I do want to address. All right, well, one, while the game did work fine outside of that stuttering issue or whatever that lag issue, whatever that issue was with the frame rate, playing oddball. Y'all know, like for me, I got my settings on recon, so this feels like Halo 3 to me. AKA, it feels like home to me. That's my favorite Halo. That's the one that I love the most. When you punch somebody, when you got the skull in the hand, it's supposed to be an insta kill.
Oh no, is it 2-hit now?
Yeah, that sucks. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. Cause I was finna take out because I got it on my stream last night. I was finna take out a whole stream. I hit dude. I said, okay.
Yeah.
And he's still up. I said, oh man, he's still up. So yeah, I ended up killing him, but I ended up dying. But that's not the point.
Right.
The other thing was capture the flag. Capture the flag for me. Wow, of course it's fun and it's super amazing. And I did play one of the last flight tests.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got something with this multiplayer, boy. If this joint don't win ongoing game next year, then somebody pay somebody else, because this joint fight. Even with all his faults. You don't get an instant kill. You don't get a insta kill with the flag kill no more either. I'm like, I think people gonna cry out.
I think that had to be addressed in the form of oddball, you'll be too dominant, right? Yeah. Because I did it too, and I'm used to it as well, right? Mm-hmm. I cracked the hell out of dude, and I'm thinking he was gonna go down, and I was like, okay. And then I hit him again, and me and Ty Guy was talking about it because I think that was one of our best matches. But we were talking about it that it's a double hit now instead of a single hit. And once we get past that part, then you got to crack them, slide to the side, crack them again. It's not like you can't stop. Shout out to Jay Barry throwing the elbows. It's not like you can only swing once. So it's well-timed hit because it gives a pushback, and then you can dip over to the left or to dip over to the right and crack them again. One thing I do think when it comes to the XP. I think they're waiting for the campaign, because if it's tied to it like how Destiny is, we get the majority of our XP when it goes to our season pass through doing stuff through your campaign. And then you can get XP individually from different vendors as far as, Shacks and stuff like that. And, Vanguard have their own XP. So I think they're going to start moving it in that aspect, because we don't know Infinite in its totality and how that we do see commerce of the game and how we can split XP through different tasks that will be in the game. So I think the outcry at this moment is from a point of not understanding what their total package is in delivering Halo Infinite is in totality. Right now, we have a small aspect of it. So maybe that large other component to it helps us flesh out how the XP is deviated throughout the game. Because like Addict, I've played for a couple of hours, and I made it to level 1, and I was like, wow, that is the longest that I've ever played to get to a level 1. But at the same time,
usually when you play these multiplayer games, you just do one match and you level 1.
And you level 1. And that's what we're used to. But maybe there's something else behind that. And I feel, and I understand what you're saying, Attic, because if they're forcing like the multiplayer season pass on you, some guys might think so. You don't have to purchase that. You can grind for it, and it's for the FOMO package. You know, a lot of dudes want to do things earlier. They want a stunt package, the stunt FOMO package.
Blaze,
yeah.
Blaze.
Did you? Oh man, they got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they do. Oh, wait, I do want to speak on the customization. Even if you don't buy anything, the customization from, like, you know, I had a chance, like, just waiting in between matches and everything.
Yeah,
it's like super robust, considering like I didn't have a chance to like fully look at it. It's a lot going on. I saw like you can put like a little, I don't know what you call them, but like a little hang tag or hang emblem like outside of your AR and all that.
Yeah,
that to me is dope. Like I wouldn't necessarily pay for that. I'll grind to get, you know, that type of
all
stuff.
the stuff. Yeah,
that to me is like super dope. And you know, man, if Microsoft will work their magic, or what they should do, they should do like a 6 degrees of separation, like some type of universal type thing. I want to see like Sea of Thieves content in that game. I want to see Forza content in that game. Yeah, it's because it make the most sense. I want to see Doom guy on the end of my little AR when I'm shooting a joint, or my BR when I'm shooting a joint. That'd be dope to me.
I think we will. A lot of cross-pollination from other aspects for different medias. Movie stuff like, the new Eternal stuff is coming out. You can have that inside the game. The same way Fortnite has merged the two genres. They've done it with music. They've done it with movies. They've done it with pop culture. So this has that aspect. Hopefully it can reach those heights where the licenses and all type of promotions can run through Halo to actually fund it into a different manner and to give us different things. So I think people need to keep their eyes on stuff. What is y'all best new weapon? Mine is the switch up shotgun. Shout out to Ty Guy Travis. We both like that new switch up shotgun, dual mode. Like it has two different shot options. Which one is yours?
Attic?
To be honest with you, King, I don't like none of the new stuff.
Oh, you wildin'. Okay.
I stick with my BR, my AR, like,
okay,
because that AR is so effective.
It's
in this
good.
game.
It's good.
Like,
it's still
I don't
good.
even feel like the need to pick anything up, like, because that AR, like, if I'm close to you, you gonna get it, like, but you know, clearly, obviously, I'm not saying I'm like the greatest Halo player, but to me, maybe I need to like break more of mental barriers. I'm willing to try new things, but I really enjoy that AR. I think it's a very solid foundation. I think that this game it's going to do really well, man. I really do. I think it's got a lot of energy. I think it's going to really push past people's limits that people think this game has. I don't think there's a ceiling on this game.
Yeah, me neither.
I think they could easily contact, variety of different things. They're putting the ninja armor on there. I think they could easily contact do a Viking one next. They can do anything with all of their franchises. They could put the Doom outfit in there. Like it's anything goes. I wouldn't be surprised if you start getting killed by a Cortana skin in a couple years from now. Like,
absolutely. As far as new weapons for me, I don't particularly have a favorite. I do have I have a complaint about a old favorite though, the rocket launcher. That rocket launcher takes so long to reload when you got to reload it. It takes that's forever, boy.
But when it hit, though.
I got double kill last night with that joint, boy. I was not playing. I was
like, what the hell hit me?
I got a few people with it. One of my favorite modes is a stronghold. Yeah, well, y'all don't really know because we haven't had the chance to game together. Hopefully that'll change with the Halo stuff.
Yeah.
I'm an objective based guy. Like I don't like TDM. You know, I can rock with the AR because that AR is improved, boy. And the reason why I'm gushing over it so much is because the AR used to be useless. You used to, sir. Let me make my point. You throw me off. That's my point. that AI used to be garbage, man. But like it seemed like they fixed it, and it was like that in the earlier flight too, or the last flight that I played.
Okay.
So it's good to see that, because like Attic was saying, like you swap the AR for the BR real quick.
Yeah,
like,
the BR is crazy.
Yeah. That's what you run with. But it's indeed.
Yeah.
I mean, but outside of the rocket launcher being super slow, I don't think that I've had the opportunity to pick up other things. Capture the flag and big team battle. It's always a load of fun.
All right.
Stronghold, like I love Stronghold. We play strong mode and Slay, and that's up on my channel too, or that's up on my Twitch channel. That's different. Like
Right.
it hit different, but I love like stuff like that. Like I love that type of mode. The sniper rifle is always going to be classic. Even though I ain't super good with it, sniper rifle is always going to do what it's supposed to do. And unlike in Gears, you can bang, 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 like John Witherspoon. May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
You know what? Never mind, my fault. Y'all don't get that reference. However,
I do.
Well, I know you do.
Exactly.
I know you do, but it's not like unlike Gears, the way it's one shot and then you gotta reload and it's one shot to reload. So like no, it's this game here
because it's not
like,
bolt action. It's actually a sniper rifle that is field augmented, ready for combat training. Yeah, so it's really good.
Dang. Oh man, I can't wait to see like the highlights. And that's actually and I'm glad I brought the highlight thing up. That's actually what brought me to YouTube. Not making content, but like the first thing that brought me to YouTube was Halo 3 montages. How you throw a grenade across the map, stick people, and I mean, you get headshots with the BR. And I used to think people was cheating. I was like, this ain't possible.
But it is.
It is. Oh man, and real quick. This game is super fun. I have not adjusted my controls. I'm on recon controls, but you know how you gotta adjust like the sensitivity on the sticks and all that.
I haven't done anything.
Controller on this joint now.
Yeah.
OP, dog. That joint. Right. Look, it's not the accuracy of a mouse, but the aim assist is so heavy. It's still super heavy, dog. So
I got a chance to use the new Halo Elite 2 controller.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the feel of this game. When my wife saw it, I put it in her hand. She's like, "Oh no, this is a controller." She was like, "Oh man, this thing is really good." It's definitely worth the price of admission. I noticed too on the 15th another batch of Halo Xbox Series X consoles went up for sale. Instantly sold out. Instantly sold out. Wonderful stuff. I think they understand the importance of Halo. And I have to thank Craig for doing what Craig did. Craig was a wake-up moment at Microsoft, and if they didn't seize it in the manner that they did, and if they had stayed steadfast in old ways, we wouldn't have what we have now. And I think that ability to be fluid in this business is a benefit for them, because to come right after Forza with something of this polish, this level of dexterity that it does show, it looks like it's built for the long haul. And this is without the campaign. Everybody is going to be a little bit of infinite fatigue multiplayer wise by the time December 8th shows up. And that's when that campaign drops. And that's when the world takes notice of what Halo Infinite is trying to become and trying to be. Because if that is truly supposed to be the games of service type of game that's going to live inside Game Pass, Attic, I think next year that ongoing game to take that spot will be Halo.
That's interesting, man. I'm kind of curious exactly what's going to happen with the future of Halo, especially when the relaunch happens and we see these games full come out, because it's still technically a beta.
Yep.
I think the reason they did the beta thing is because they still want to be able to say that the game came out at the same time and still hold out to that. So I think this is pretty much the game you're going to see launch at that day. Maybe with some adjustments. They'll probably be doing some adjustments between now and the release. But, I think it's a solid experience, and I hope we see more, man. But, definitely going to wrap this up. We went on a little bit too long than we normally do.
Ed, can I say one more thing before we go? friend of the show, Miranda Sanchez, did a very compelling piece about her first, I believe, 4 hours on IGN.com. So if you guys, well, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. So just make sure y'all go check that out. That actually has me excited for the story. I'm actually, I know Game Pass and all that. I'm copping this game on Steam based off of the fun that I'm having off of the multiplayer. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna pay the 64, man. And if this game lives up to everything that she says and everything that I think that it's gonna be, then, Halo could possibly, in my eyes, dethrone Gears. Which I don't know if that's possible, but I mean, like it very well could do that. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Spiritual reboot. I can't wait to jump back in. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm not having a blast with the multiplayer.
Yeah, I definitely hear that. So we're gonna go wrap this up real quick. All right, King, where do the people find you, man?
Well, you can find me Fridays nights at 9 p.m. on DCX channel with the Legion of Doom, where we talk all these illustrious statues. You can look into the pockets of a couple of millionaires that are broke. Because our passion actually keeps us on our toes. We talk comic books, we talk movies, we talk pop culture, everything that has to do with geek culture, everything that is, us, as kids, grown baby men and women, that's what we do. Then you can catch me at Iron Lords Podcast. Sundays at 11 a.m. during football season, which is thankfully coming to a close. And and we'll get back to our wonderful 1 p.m. that Attic and I will be happy for. So we don't have to do that anymore. We can actually get some good rest. But no, the Attic, this is so much fun. I almost overslept, buddy. I thought it was at 6 p.m. I'm sorry.
You're fine, man. So, Hustle, what's going on, man? What do you have going on?
Well, I made a return back to Twitch in terms of streaming, so I will be doing that. 2022, I'm gonna have more of a set schedule. That's like in the making. Hopefully this weekend, hopefully Saturday, I will give my impressions of the Halo multiplayer. But I mean, hey, y'all heard it here. Like, yes, spoiler alert, the joint fire, spoiler alert. But I'm gonna throw some gameplay behind it. I'm gonna throw it up on the channel, hopefully this weekend, if not Monday. So, just look forward to that. Hustling motivators everywhere. Shout out to everybody on Twitter, right? I've been seeing like a lot of people posting their gameplay. I saw my man Bam Bam. I saw Kid Smooth. I saw quite a few people just posting the gameplay, man. And you see what happens when you got a super good game to play. Like, ain't nobody console warring out this joint. And the people who are is a little upset because they probably don't have nothing to play on their preferred console of choice. I would just say this: hop on that PC, hop on that Xbox, and come play Halo with us, dog. Like, we're welcome, man. Come on, everybody, come on. Let's make a go at it, because Battlefield was slipping.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't even mention that.
Now Battlefield is lit. I played that Battlefield. That Battlefield lit, boy. 10 hours.
I won't say it was. Oh Jesus, yeah, it is. It's available for 10 hours. I won't say that it's bad. I'll just say that people are, people
pay
have
the $10. Pay the $10.
Concern. Yeah. Hey. I mean, Game Pass shortly, I guess. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But things stumble out the gate. A lot of people ain't necessarily positive on Battle. What's that? The other one, Call of Duty either.
Yeah, definitely. Man.
The cookies is for the taking now. The cookies for the taking, baby.
Yeah,
let's get the cookies.
Yeah.
Don't forget, chat. This Friday at 5 p.m. most likely, I will be streaming Shinobi. Hopefully it'll be Friday. I can't guarantee that, but definitely follow the Iron Lords Podcast Twitter handle, because that is where I will announce it. But anyway, I appreciate you for coming through, man. We will see you next week. And until next time, this is Gaming Addict, King David, and Hustle.